guys. How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, it looks like your little dreams of being free have gone asunder. However, don't worry. Your crack team, Mark Agnafilio and co, Yana, have gotten the legal defense that is going to end all your worries. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all, Diddy says he's going to be released because he has assembled an army of blank workers to come and do his bidding, or as Diddy likes to say, tell the truth. And what is that? Diddy trying to say he got a bunch of blank workers to say the stuff was consensual? Okay, first of all, stop, because we got to read into this, because I don't think Diddy's ever going to see outside of jail, and baby, we love to see it. But can we just talk about Diddy's insane plan? First of all, even if we take everything you say is true, how about the blank workers who were paid to be there, right? How are the blank workers who are paid to be there going to actually say that everything was consensual? Because the people suing you saying, and the GmbH says it wasn't consensual. And also, unless somebody consented to putting rugs in their drink, and even then, how can it be consensual? How you get, that's like you getting your freak off buddies to be like, yo, come testify, which I'm sure he is. Yo, come testify and tell everybody that it was consensual. Okay, but what about the victim? Nope, we don't need that. Let's get the people that were paid to be there. On top of that, even if we take Diddy for what he's saying is true and you did assemble, I said you assembled an army of blank workers to testify that they saw all things being consensual. And I said, wow, that's a lot of people. Until I read the details and we found out that it's only 6 people. Y'all, let's get into this article, because I swear you cannot make this mess up. You really can't. Why on earth? Why on earth would you even say this? This is insane. Okay, right? Diddy's team said that there is multiple blank workers ready to testify on his behalf. I hope those checks cleared. I really do. Anyway, get this. They said Sean Diddy Combs is planning to offer up what could be his strongest evidence to prove his innocence in his trafficking trial. This is directly from Ayana Muhammad from Media Takeout. Now, I know what y'all saying. It's Media Takeout. But let me just say this about Media Takeout. Sometimes they be off. But when they be on, baby, they be on. And I think they actually might be on this one. Hold on to what Miss Ayana had to say. Media Takeout learned multiple male escorts who attended and participated in his infamous freak-off parties are prepared to testify against Cassie. Now, and I do want to say, we reported this first months ago, that they were trying to say that Cassie wasn't a victim. She was willing. If Diddy could, he probably going to say that Cassie was the brains behind all this, and he was just a grown man in love with a 19-year-old that got manipulated. But all jokes aside, right? This seems to be just a little bit much for anyone to believe, but Diddy's been... And again, Media Takeout said this is his strongest evidence, but that doesn't mean it's strong evidence. It just means it's Diddy's strongest evidence. They're saying that the jailed rap mogul plans to call at least a half dozen escorts, many of them male, to dispute the government's account of what happened during the pre-calls. Prosecutors say new legal papers that Diddy allegedly has a number. Oh, wait, this is prosecution saying this too. Has a number of escorts to testify on his behalf. The escorts purportedly participated in illicit activities with Diddy and his then girlfriend, Cassie. Cassie claims she was trafficked during those encounters. Diddy, however, claims that Cassie consented to the illicit activities. And at least some of the male escorts who participated with her are prepared to testify. What are you going to say? Like, if Diddy was beating her in the hallway, and Diddy had control over her mind, her body, and soul, Diddy had her on, sorry, too much turkey. If Diddy had her on stuff, then how is anything they're saying going to make sense? What are you going to say, that Cassie called you personally, Cassie wanted you to come on purposely, but the feds have already said that Diddy had cameras all over that he would remotely film and watch. So even if they thought they were in a room alone with Cassie, why would, like, again, it all goes back to Diddy. How much did he pay these workers to say? I hope a lot. Wow. So in the federal indictment, Diddy is accused of manipulating men and women into highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. Feds allege that Diddy arranged and directed the freak-offs while he pleased himself and often recorded the videos, allegedly without the participants' consent. But I remember also the indictment, allegedly without, the reason why they didn't have the consent or the knowledge is because Diddy filmed it remotely. And a lot of times, Diddy was not in the room. They claim Diddy ensured their participation in the freak-offs by providing narcotics, controlling their careers, and using intimidation and violence to get them to participate in the performances, which sometimes lasted for days. The feds say Diddy used various businesses and his employees to carry out, facilitate, and cover up the abuse. Diddy ain't getting out of jail. Anyway, Diddy plans to call at least a half dozen escorts to dispute the government's account of what happened during the freak-offs. The funny thing is, Diddy, are you going to dispute the government's account of what happened during every freak-off? Because me think Diddy doesn't understand the meaning of consent. See, here's the thing. Just because somebody even consented once, and who knows, doesn't mean they consented again and again and again. Just because someone slept with you once does not mean that they will consent to sleep with you again, again, and again. And Diddy doesn't seem to understand that, but whatever. I'm sure the prosecution is going to spell it out for him in court. According to the prosecutors, Diddy may have a deep well of escorts to testify on his behalf. But get this, the prosecutors clapped back and said, our investigation is ongoing, so I can't say too much about this. But I will note that a half a dozen escorts is just a tip of the iceberg of the number of escorts who have participated in freak-offs. Diddy is charged with one count of racketeering conspiracy, which carries a maximum life sentence of prison. He also looks like he's going to have a superseding indictment for attempted murder. We talked about that months ago on the channel. It looks like the young woman has come forward. Her name starts with a B, like we said it did. Her name is Bana. She has also pressed charges. I'll go over that with a different video, but can we just talk about the way the prosecutors looked at Diddy and said, you've been doing this mess for over 20 years. Definitely Tim with Cassie. If all this was consensual, how come you can only find 6 people, 6 blank workers to say it was consensual, when according to all the documents, Diddy always used different workers, different people? Again, this is not going to hold up. Diddy is going down. You know how you know he's going down? Because Young Miami got a new man, which seemed to have the same, not proclivities, but the same likings as Diddy. I don't know, between Young Miami and Santana being a dynamic new duo, maybe Santana's a draw for a lot of Young Miami's men. I'm just saying. He already rapped better than her. Anyway, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.